Has someone in your building enclosed their balcony? Or decided that Barbie pink is the great exterior colour? Or maybe they've installed an 18-foot statue of Lenin on their roof balcony. Yep, that's a real photo. In this video, I discuss unauthorized alterations and if they're a problem you need to deal with. And a little hint, yes they are. All joking aside, this is a subject that I get asked about a lot. Someone will contact me through my website or Facebook with a question like, my neighbour has enclosed their balcony, or they've painted their balcony green. Are they allowed to do this? When somebody buys an apartment, they now have a shared investment with their neighbours. What each owner does affects the owners around them. Buildings are built to a particular style and aesthetic, and I'm all for people being able to make an apartment their home, and while people have individual tastes or styles, this really should be limited to the inside of their properties. When you drive around and see a building that looks more like a favela, as some balconies are enclosed, some are not, some are enclosed with wood, some aluminium, and all the outsides are painted differently, it not only makes the building look unsightly, but it can also damage the value of the property for resale or even for rental. Now, if somebody's made alterations to their property without proper planning approval, it can affect the ability of all unit owners getting their title deeds. And it could also make the building unsafe if building codes have not been followed. To help prevent this, there are regulations which are very strict, and they're there to protect people, their property and their investments. These are part of the immovable property regulations which govern communal property in Cyprus. You can get a copy of these on my website if you don't already have them, and if you're a committee, you really should have them. These regulations state, and excuse the legal speak, no owner can make any alteration to their property that shall prejudice the rights of the owner of any other unit, or interfere with its enjoyment by the owner of the other unit. No owner can make any alteration to their property that shall affect in any way the jointly owned property, its smooth functioning or its enjoyment. And no owner can make any alteration to their property that shall in any way affect the walls supporting the jointly owned property and its external walls, shall endanger in any way the safety of the jointly owned property, or shall affect its external appearance. The easiest way to avoid this problem is to keep unit owners, and new owners especially, informed, as most of the time these alterations are done shortly after a resale purchase. Remind owners of the rules of residence at each AGM and list on your building notice board the important rules along with an important note about altering the exterior of the property, along with a notice that any unauthorised alterations will be reported to the local authorities and, if required, subject to legal action. This also helps if people go ahead and do it anyway, as they can't argue that they weren't aware they weren't allowed to paint the exterior of their properties a different colour or make any other alterations. It's important to remember that if somebody ignores these rules, it is a breach of the law, and the management company can and should act to restore the property. This may include legal action for the damages or the costs that have been incurred. If you need to act, it's really important to act immediately. Have your development's lawyer send a notice to terminate works or restore the property, or consider getting an emergency injunction from the court should this be ignored. If you don't have a lawyer for your development, you should look at getting one to be on hand exactly for situations like this. There are many out there that operate on a fixed price service where you pay an annual or a monthly fee which covers all of their work for all sorts of items like contacting debtors, sending notices and so on. Please feel free to message me or send a message through Facebook or via our website, and a member of my team will help put you in touch with a firm that offers this. If the alteration is a case of an unauthorised alteration to the building, such as enclosing the balcony, you should also speak to the local municipality and planning office to file a complaint. They do have their own legal processes for dealing with this and can save you needing to go to the expense of a private legal action. With this information, you should be able to keep your building looking the way it was designed. Of course, it's also important to keep it maintained, as an argument about aesthetics is far harder to make if the building is 10 years overdue for a repaint. I have lots of articles and videos about the maintenance of your building on CyprusCommunalGuide.com, so feel free to check them out. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, you can click on the subscribe button below, and don't forget to hit that bell icon to make sure you're notified when new videos are released. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. I do check these and will answer them. I'm Russell Flick from the Cyprus Communal Guide, where we help you unlock your building's true potential. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.